What's up everybody? This is Gundam Flexing. I've seen a lot of Gundam fans on social media making fan connections between a popular news release and the Gundam Newtype theory. So, in this video, I'm going to cover the popular news release you've probably all read and its relation to the Gundam Newtype theory. It's been reported that an American astronaut named Scott Kelly, who spent almost an entire year in space, came back with different DNA from his identical twin brother. Furthermore, some news agencies claim that NASA found 7% of Kelly's DNA was permanently changed by his space trip. These news sources alluded that Kelly's DNA mutated, dubbing them space genes. As a Gundam fan, I was ecstatic to read these news articles. Could this be a step forward to prove the Gundam Newtype theory? In the Gundam universe, a Newtype is a person who've reached a new stage in the human evolution in order to adapt to life in space. Most notably in this stage of the human evolution, humans classified as Newtypes have heightened mental awareness, greater degree of focus, and almost a sixth sense ability. Certain Newtypes also have the ability to exhibit telepathic abilities or the use of psychokinesis. Although it is important to note that Newtypes are not exclusively featured for Spacenoids, as Amuro Ray, one of the most famous Newtype, was actually born on Earth and raised in space. Unfortunately, most news outlets sensationalized the NASA results. Scott Kelly's time in space did not mutate his DNA. Rather, Kelly's time in space altered his genetic expression or expression level. News agencies jumped to conclusion when this research analysis was published. Quote, 7% of the genes that changed their expression during spaceflight were still altered after 6 months back on Earth. End quote. Again, Scott Kelly's DNA did not change, and in case you're wondering, these changes in gene expression are not at all unusual. It happens when you get sick, or in response to environmental factors like stress, or maybe areas with reduced oxygen like high altitude locations. And when some news agencies claim that Scott Kelly's DNA, quote, no longer matched that of his identical twin, it's a no-brainer. Humans accumulate random mutations throughout our genomes as we age. In reality, the twin brothers' DNAs haven't been identical for most of their lives. In fact, it would be more startling to see Scott Kelly's DNA match his twin brothers after being exposed to high radiation in space. One actual finding from the NASA study reveals that Kelly's chromosomes grew longer, at least in his white blood cells. These changes occur in what's known as a telomere, a cap of genetic material that sits at the end of each chromosome. Kelly's telomeres elongated in space, then shrank to their original lengths after he returned on Earth. I hate when my fun gets spoiled, but the research between space and the human body is quite interesting. Perhaps one day, in the far future, mankind would evolve and gain new type abilities. Until then, we can only speculate and wait for more research to come out. So, let us know what you think. What were your thoughts when you read the sensationalized articles? Personally, I thought it would be pretty dope if it were true, but then again, I wouldn't want an entire colony to smash my face. This is Gundam Flexing, signing out.